What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the Street Reporter, and today is a topic that a lot of people wanted me to speak on. I didn't really want to do it because we've been breaking down like stories of street legends and what kind of happened to them to kind of get a new followers of the drill culture, understanding of what's going on. But this is like one a lot of people been asking me about because they don't really understand what went down in Atlanta between LilDurk, KingVon, and a few more of his people, and the shooting that went on in Atlanta where LilDurk ended up being charged with like attempted murder and like 5 more other charges along with KingVon. That was one of the reasons those guys wasn't able to be together. Now I understand you guys know that it was other people involved in that, but we're going to kind of just keep it to KingVon and LilDurk to kind of give you an understanding, since that's what people been asking me about. I don't really have to give you the background. I mean, I will give you a small rundown, but I'm pretty sure we all know LilDurk and we all know KingVon. They are both members of the Black Disciples. That's a street gang in Chicago. I'm pretty sure we all know that. They knew each other growing up, so they know each other for a long time. LilDurk ended up signing KingVon to his OTF imprint, so that kind of gave him a buzz getting out of jail. Now, you got to understand, KingVon was known as a demon, okay, in the streets. He was known as a dude that'd get down on you. LilDurk might have not been known as a demon, but let's be realistic. He has multiple gun cases, okay? He has multiple gun cases. And a lot of them was here before he even made it to fame. So a lot of people want to say, man, his ass wasn't out there doing nothing. I ain't saying he was out there doing anything, but I am going to say that this dude had a lot of gun cases. And he lost a lot of friends, you know. He ended up losing a lot of friends to gun violence. As you know, it was other people on that case like Bezu and I believe Hella Bands. These are other two people that was on that case, okay? Hella Bands actually was killed and KingVon was killed. So you just really have those two left on the case, Bezu and LilDurk. So that's just to give you a little rundown. They from Chirac. We all know that. So I didn't really want to have to go too much longer into the rundown because we already know about that. But what the police is claiming that happened is what kind of gets a little fishy, right? If I'm not mistaken, they're saying, I believe, February 5th. I want to say 2019, but I could be wrong. But I do believe 2019. We're going to put an asterisk right there on that, though. But the police is claiming February 5th, LilDurk, KingVon, and their crew was in Atlanta kicking it and hanging with a dude by the name of Weatherspoon, okay? Now, I don't know what his rap name was, his street name was, but his last name was Weatherspoon. I hear rumors that he was a part of the Atlanta Bloods. I could be wrong, so I'm going to put an asterisk on there because I can't verify that either, but that's rumors I heard in the street. Now, remember, I done listened to a lot of police scanners. I looked at the police reports. I talked to a lot of people in Atlanta, too, because I didn't think I could get the full understanding by talking to people in Chicago. So I talked to some of my sources in Atlanta, and they basically told me that Durk has a reputation, okay? Even in Atlanta, he has a rep. And I didn't know that. I just thought he had a rep in Chicago. But he has a reputation of doing shit to people out there in Atlanta, too. I didn't know that it was like a small street war going on between Chicago guys and Atlanta guys, you know. I was confused until that knowledge was brought to me. But the police is claiming that February 5th, LilDurk and KingVon and his crew was riding around with Weatherspoon. They kicked it the whole day. They went to a club, you know, where they kicked it, hung out, threw money, you know, chill, drinking. They went to a gas station. This is what Weatherspoon told the police. I think this in the police report. So he did tell now. He didn't keep it a secret. He told. He said he was with them the whole day. They went to a nightclub, kicked it. They went to a gas station, you know, and they were just hanging out. And then somehow they ended up going to this place called Varsity in downtown Atlanta. So they ended up going to some place called Varsity and ended up in the parking lot, okay? They ended up in the parking lot, all right? Now, this is where it gets fishy. This guy alleges that in the midst of chilling, kicking it, riding around, getting in the parking lot, next thing you know, in the snap of a finger, they turn crazy on his ass, turn wild on his ass, get on some crazy tough guy shit, pull the blicks out on him, slap them all up, hit them all up, beat them all down. They take his necklace. They say that he says that they robbed him for his necklace. They took over $30,000 that he had on him in his pockets. They took the $30,000 and they took his car. And I guess in the midst of it, a surveillance camera ended up claiming, allegedly, that it sees LilDurk and KingVon shooting at him. Okay? Not just KingVon, not just LilDurk. They're claiming that the surveillance video caught both of them shooting at them. Okay? So next thing you know, Durk is charged with an attempted murder and 5 more other charges, I believe, along with the people who was with him, including KingVon. It's another thing about that shit that kind of threw me off and had me a little confused. Is because the more I looked into this shit, I realized that, you know, Weatherspoon and Durk had a relationship, okay? Now, I'm not sure exactly what the relationship was. Was it just to pay for a feature? Did they know each other like that? But he's claiming that they were homeboys, they were cool, and the next thing you know, out of the blue, they caught that Chirac Savage demon face, and he turned crazy on him and snapped on him. My conclusion when I come up with this is, first off, it's 4 people I believe is on that case. 2 of them were killed, okay? I believe with just Zoo and Durk on that case, they love each other, they hold each other down, they're not going to tell on each other. What come to my conclusion when I looked at this is, I think they caught homie lacking, okay? I think they caught homie lacking. You feel me? I think they ended up playing a role with him, okay? They played that role. You feel me? And all of it was to just rob him. You know? And I know you might say, what the hell are you talking about? That's how it go down in Chicago. You get a motherfucker comfortable. You get them cool. You slush them up with the drink. You get their head foggy with the smoke. And then you turn Chirac crazy on them and rob them, you know? I don't think that nigga was a 10-year nigga of those people. I believe that, you know, in the midst of the moment, they seen all that bread on him, seen all that shit on him. I'm not sure if this was a play off of LilDurk. This might have been a play off the people who was with LilDurk, and LilDurk just went along with it and said, hey, shit, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? But I think this was a case of playing that role to catch a motherfucker lacking and to rob him. The dude ended up getting shot. He was actually in critical condition. Okay? He was in critical condition. I believe he survived. But it was a chance that he wasn't going to make it when that shit ended up happening. Durk ended up paying a $250,000 bond to get out of jail. This the thing, though, that kind of threw me off. When I found out that Weatherspoon had a gun on him at the crime scene. You know, it's rumors that it was a shootout, too, that dude returned fire. So I'm not sure if, you know, this is a story put up by the police, because this is what the police reports led me to. But I did hear that it could have been a shootout that, you know, went on out there. But in my opinion, this was one of those Chirac MacGyver, Chirac James Bond shit, where you catch a nigga got all that money, befriend them, put him in a position, and then you take everything for him. Another thing that threw me off was, you know, the Varsity. I'm not exactly sure what that was, but I guess it's a hangout spot or something like that in the parking lot. It's eerie similar to what happened to Quando, Rondo, Lil Tim, and KingVon. An altercation happened outside of a parking lot, you know. So that led me to believe, you know, that case might be a little more open than we believe, because both of those cases was in a parking lot, and then 2 people, and both times somebody ended up losing their life, you know. So shit kind of eerie similar to me. But subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate the love. It's the homie Truth. Oh, and by the way, make sure you leave a like on this video. We got to break these records now. I think we got to like 2,000 likes on one of these videos. We're going to try to go for 2,500 likes today. If you're fucking with the video, you rock with it. Make sure for you get your ass off this video. For you going somewhere and get to painting them Easter eggs and doing what the fuck you got to do. Make sure you leave a like for Truth Teller. Goddamn it, before you finish your day. I appreciate the love. It's the homie Truth.